Okay, guys, in this video, we're gonna do questions 6, 7, and 8. And that's just involving the standard normal distribution curve. Now, in number 6, it says find a z-value that corresponds to the given area. This is my z-score, and the area under the curve, which is also known as the probability of that z-score, is 0.9875. Now, it is best to denote and to state that every probability on the z-score table is the area shaded to the left. This right here is our z-score table. Let me save that document so I can edit it. Now, as you notice, there is a negative z-score side, and there'll also be a positive z-score side, which is right down here below. Looking at the picture that is right here, the area is shaded to the left of that corresponding z. And the same thing when I scroll to the bottom of the next one. The area is shaded to the left of the corresponding z. So keep that in mind. So we're given the probability, and the probability is majority of the curve shaded. And we want to find the probability, rather we want to find the z-score of that given probability. Now, let's go into the body of the z-score table and let's find the probability of 0.9875. So when we go into the body, it is right here, 0.9875. And that z-score appears to be 2.2. Now scroll all the way up, and 4. So the z-score, the z-value is going to be 2.24. And the reason why that is the z-score, because the probability that z equals to 2.24 in this case equals to 0.9875. We can also write that as, because the area is shaded to the left of z, z is less than or equal to, or just less than 2.24 is 0.9875. And the reason why I wrote it like this is to indicate the direction being shaded of the z-score value. It is being shaded to the left, so the probability of z being less than or equal to 2.24 is 0.9875. And I put it like this for a reason, as you're going to see in the next problems. But anyways, though, this is the answer to the question. The z value is going to be 2.24. Let's do question number 7 now. Number 7 says, find the area of the indicated region under the standard normal curve. And this time, we see that it is shaded to the right. This value right here is going to be the z-score. Now, remember what I said before. The probability given to us on the z-score table is the area that is shaded to the left of the z-score. In this case, we can see that the area is shaded to the right side of the z-score. So we'll see what we can do after that. Let's go onto the standard normal distribution table and find the probability that z equals to negative 1.30. So it's negative z-score. Let's go over here. Negative 1.30. So let's go down to negative 1.3, which is right here. The last digit ends with a 0. So we're looking at this first column. And that probability is 0.0968. Now, this value right here represents to the left of z equals negative 1.30. This right here represents this area that I'm highlighting right here. But the question does not want us to look for that area. It wants us to find this area right here. So to find that area, which is to the right of negative 1.30, we're going to subtract this probability that we found from 1. So it's going to equal to 1 minus 0.0968. When we subtract that, that's going to equal to 0.9132. Also, I want to state, don't worry about the notation. Like this part right here, don't worry about writing it correctly or not. Worry about the mathematics behind the procedure. If it is shaded to the right, find the probability on the z-score table, subtract it from 1, and that'll be your answer. So the answer is here. Let's move on to number 8. Find the area under the standard normal curve between z equals to negative 1.5 and z equals to 2.5. Okay. Let's first find the probabilities, or the area under the curve of z equals to, I want to do the bigger one first, so 2.5. And then we can do the smaller one, the probability that z equals to negative 1.5. Let's find those on our z-score table. So let's look at, we're down here at the negative section, negative 1.5. It's the same thing as saying negative 1.50. And that probability, let me erase some of this, is going to be 0.0668. Let's write that down. 0.0668. Now let's look at the probability for z equals to 2.5, which is going to be on the positive side. Let's clear all this stuff since I don't need it no more. 2.5 is the same thing as saying 2.50, and that's going to be right here, 0.9938. Because the area is in between these two z-scores, after you find those two probabilities, subtract the bigger probability minus the smaller probability. So that's going to be 0.9938 minus 0.0668. Open up our calculator. Let's put it over here. Clear that. 0.9938 minus 0.0668. And that equals to 0.927. And that is the answer to question number 8. So once again, when the area is in between, find the probability of both z-scores, subtract, it is bigger probability minus smaller probability. So I'm going to write that over here. Bigger probability minus smaller probability. All right, guys. I'll see you around. Take care.